See if I'm straight. Is that it? Beautiful. Right, we're good. Good to Geo. How are we all doing? Oh, it's going to be a bit of a manic one today. Right. Let's get these on. Let's get it on. No viewers as yet. That's good. Good start. Sun's out, isn't it? Sun's out, guns out. Let's start the craziness. Cheryl's watching, as always, lovely lady. Got one viewer. Yay! Right, I'm going to throw this bit of rubbish and see if I can get it into a cup. No. Boo. Right, one viewer, I'm not doing anything yet until I get more. That's the punishment, people. Two. 1, 2, 3, 4. Who else is watching? Give me a wave. Say hello. Before I get stuck in. Who is it? Who is it? Let's get double denim on. Right. I always do this, folks. Hello, Lou. How you doing? You alright? I'm putting my apron corset on to hold everything in. Right, here we go. Hey, alley up. Right. Just create a bit of chaos as usual. When we're bonkers, we're a bit of chaos, isn't it? Alrighty. How many more we got? Morning, all good here, you? Yeah, good, all good. Looking forward to Brian's quiz on Monday. Why have you not been invited? Nice. You okay? Right, here we go. Had my tea, which is important. Can't do anything without my tea. Who else is watching? That's 3 now. Boom. One more and I'll crack on. Okay, everybody's joining late. That's alright. 4. Woo! Who is it? Don't know. Right. Oh, they ducked out quite quick. Right, so I'll tell you what we're going to do today. So I've taken some principal ingredients, easy peasy really. I've got some applewood cheese, which is here. You can get from all supermarkets. I've got butter, which is here. I've got milk, which is in the fridge. I've got some flour, which I've got some here. I've got loads of flour. Plain flour, which is here. Oh, that's golden castle sugar, don't want that. There you are. Some plain flour. What else have I got? I've got a puff pastry sheet, which I bought in the supermarket, which is in there, in the fridge. Got to keep nice and cold. Some smoked haddock, which I've got here. The fish you get in the supermarket isn't that great. You know what I'm going to say. Try and find a fishmonger, but that's like finding finding the lost Ark of the Covenant, and Indiana Jones did just about manage that. Some double cream, which I've got in the fridge. Eggs, which I've got in the fridge. No, they're in here actually. And salt and pepper. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and make like 3 dishes. I'm going to add some rice to the dish and some curry powder to make a kedgeree. I'm going to make a smoked haddock, a haddock smoky, which is a little pot of goodness, which I'm going to show you. This is when we find out if this dish is oven proof, but we'll work it out later. And yeah, basically they're going to be like little smart little dishes that we're going to be cooking. Actually, you might even make it into that. So I've got a little terracotta pot, which we're going to make it into, which is going to be lovely. Alright, so that's going to be our like a smoked haddock smoky. Hello Tracy Francis, thanks for joining in. So we're going to make like 2 or 3 dishes. And then I'm going to make just a normal smoked haddock dish. And I'm going to use these 2 fillets and show you what I'm going to do. Oh, I'm going to make something out of puff pastry. So the first thing I'm going to do is things that I find in my cupboard. I've got loads of stuff in here, want to use up. Let me see how much puff pastry. There's a puff pastry left over from the other day. So I'm going to see if this is any good first. So what you do is, with puff pastry, bring it out of the fridge. It's cracking a little bit. Oh, I don't know if I'm going to use that. It's dried out a little bit. Let's see. It's not looking great. Let's get some fresh. Use that for something else. Cheese straws or something. Actually, let's make them while we're here. So, there you go. This is what it's all about. Find an ingredient to use up. Let's make it into cheese straws. Who says you can't just go off the hoof and see it's breaking up? Let's see if it will hold. That's alright. No. Do you know what? It's dried out. I was going to be clever, but it's not worth it. Let's throw that away. Okay. So let's get some normal puff pastry out. So with this, all I'm going to do is I'm going to make a little puff pastry case. Really simple. Alright? Really simple. And I want it to puff up, because we're going to put some smoked haddock in it. So I'm going to make 2 kind of dishes using the same ingredient. So with this stuff, you've got to use it straight out of the fridge. Don't let it get warm. If you let it warm up, what will happen is it'll basically shrink when it cooks. You've got to be as cold as possible. Now, because it's already measured out, you can make a nice shape out of it. So a feuilleté, which is what I'm going to make, is a French pastry case. And when I was at my first restaurant I worked in, we used to cut them into rectangles that were measured, like 2 inches by 3 inches. And then when they bloated up, you cut them in half and then you put a filling in. That's what we're going to do today. So I'm going to kind of get a feel to what size I want. Let's do it this way. Might be easier. So I'm just going to make, you can do circles if you want. I don't even know what I'm doing here, let's just do it for you now. So let's get this jug out of the way, get the plastic out of the way, don't need that. I've got the oven quite high, about 200. And what I'm going to do, about 2 inches across. That's all we need. I'm going to make one. I'm going to turn the board around so I can work with it. And then make a nice feuilleté, that's what we're looking for. A nice even shape. I'll do a little square one as well. A smaller one, smaller rectangle, that looks better. Okay. So this is like, when we're allowed to have guests round, this will be like a starter. Really nice starter. Or like a nice lunch dish. Always handy. If you've got the time, but it's nice for a dinner party. So when we get our families round and we can have some fun, then this is a good dish. And then what you do is you take a sharp knife. Now I'm going to show you what I'm going to do here. This is the baking sheet that I'm going to put these on. Oh, shut up. It's just making a noise because I'm putting something metal on it. Where's my other butter that I've got somewhere? Right, so I'm going to put a little rubber butter on here for the pastry. It's the first dish we're going to do, it's easy. So the pastry case is done. So what we want to do, get the pieces of puff pastry on there, like that. So take advantage of the symmetrical layout of the pastry that you've already bought. Now, if you wanted to make a really nice crisp sheet of pastry, get another baking sheet, put some greaseproof on it and sit it on top and it will bake nice and flat. And you can put whatever you like on it then. But this one, we're going to do something to it where I'm just going to cut at an angle some nice lines like that. This is old school. And then what will happen is when it bakes, it will concertina it out. Not much, it will blow up and it'll have a nice finish to it. Same in this one. One of the first things I was ever shown as a chef. And you want them nice and even. Okay? Then what you want to do is get an egg. Get the egg yolk. That's all we want, the egg yolk. Want it to be nice and golden. That's it. Get a little pastry brush, if I can find my little pastry brush. Alright. Right, that's a good start. Can't find that. Okay, let's use the big one. Okay. So, just egg yolk, that's all you need on this. Give it a nice brush of egg yolk. And then you'll get an amazing glaze on it, like that. Perfect. Try and do it as even as you can. Alright. Some chefs might even go left and right, give it a little glaze here and there. As much as the egg yolk on there as you can, just try and nice and even. Alright. That's it, beautiful. Easy peasy. But that's the first thing out of the way. Now with this egg yolk, I'm going to save this egg yolk, I'm going to show you why in a minute. So I've got a little bit of egg yolk left. This goes in the oven, let it bake. Right, that's done. That's a forte. Next thing we're going to make, down to one, oh dear. Right, let's make a smoked haddock, a smoky. Hold on, let's do some rice first. So I'm going to make the kedgeree, or start making it anyway. This won't take long. So the principal ingredients, like I said, is the flour, butter, milk, which is going to make like a bechamel. But we're going to make that for one of the dishes for the forte. So I'll show you how to use the ingredients up. Puff pastry sheet already in the oven. Smoked haddock here. Not doing anything yet. We've got to do something with that. So here we go. Going to wash the rice a little bit. With some of these packets, they give you, this one is from Marks and Spencer's, 1 kilo, and they give you the weights down the side so you can pour it out for a portion. Right. I'm going to do 75 grams, which is about that. Right, I'm going to wash it while throwing everything else everywhere. Sit in a bowl and wait for it to fish. Okay. Right, next then. Right. We're gonna get our fish working. Right. So we're going to do 2 lots of fish here. This one of it is going to be raw, the other bit is going to be baked. So cool. So I've got a bit of fish here. We don't need a lot. What I'm going to do is I'm going to trim it. So I'm going to take the skin off. And that's one piece of fish. This bit is going to go into our Sussex smoky. So look how I'm using all the ingredients. Don't waste any of it. Lose the skin. This one, I'm going to take. See, this bit here is not very meaty. It's going to overcook. So that little piece is going to go into our forte. So there are our 3 dishes. Okay, and this bit is going into our Sussex smoke, like our haddock smoky. So there you go. So we've got those bits. That'll be enough. Okay, get rid of that. So here we go. So this is on. Bring it up. So I'm just going to gently heat this pan. That's all right, Becca. Have a good morning. Catch you later, taters. And then we're going to put a little bit of butter in there. Not if you don't want to use butter, use a bit of oil. It's fine by me. I'm like so disorganised today. I don't know why I've got butter everywhere. Okay, so I've got this little bit of butter softened up. A little more butter, or your own spread if you want dairy free, or a little bit of rapeseed oil will be fine. Alright? So for the Sussex smoky, what you do with this one is you literally dice up the fish like this. So this is the bits that I had cut off. It's going to go in there. Okay? Chop any bits in that you don't like. Okay? So, I don't know, 50 grams of fish, that's all you'll need. Like that. And dice it up. And that is it. And that goes into your little pot for your smoky. Alright? There's your fish. This is for your kedgeree. So this one I'm frying up. This is one dish for me. Right? In there, I'm just going to lightly pan fry it, not for very long. I've got a bit of smoked garlic here. Don't need it. Oh. Ah. Just get another bit. Garlic went flying across the kitchen. Great fun, eh? Let's do another bit. Oh. Right. Let's not do that again. That's it. Nice one, babe. Right. Put your hand over it so it doesn't go flying everywhere. Genius. Okay. Bit of garlic. Just crush it. Dive that in the pan. Alright? Your rice is going in there. You want to get all the flavour going. So this is going to get lifted off once it's cooked. Alright, so we're just pan frying that. Just to get it cooked really, it doesn't need a lot. And then what you're going to do is, you're going to put these spices in there, your rice, fry it off, and then you're going to add your rice, a little bit of boiling water, and cook it in the oven. The flavour's all going to be in this pan, alright? This is beautiful. And you don't mind if it flakes out a little bit. So the kids are going to complain because it smells in here, because it'll smell of smoked haddock. But I don't care. I'm eating it, they're not. So here's a little pan for that. Right, let's open the window. That's it. Right, that comes out like that. So I'm only making this for me. Garlic stays in there, alright? Alright, so that's that. That's rocking. Now what we want to do is we want I've got some garlic powder, which it doesn't need to be garlic, we've got that garlic in. Onion granules, which are going to go in, just to give it some oniony flavour. I've got some kaffir lime leaves here to get it working. If you haven't got them, don't panic. Now, this came from, I've got 2 pieces in there, that'd be enough for me. You can have chilli in there if you want. I've got some washed spinach that I had left over, going to give it another little rinse. So I might put that in one of the dishes. Basically, I'm trying to use stuff up. It's quite cool. It's really important in kitchens. Don't just follow recipes or you'll have loads of stuff left over. You won't know what to do with it. Right, I'm going to put the washed rice in here. So the washed rice goes in there with the butter, then what you cook that smoked haddock in, so you got all that flavour. Get the faithful old blue spoon, kaffir lime leaves and the smoked garlic. Or just garlic. Right, give it a good old turn around. So that's your rice working. Alright, while that's in there, teaspoon of curry powder, not too much. Remember, this is an English Raj dish. Years ago, they wanted something that was part of home, and the Indians didn't know what to cook for them, bless them. So what they did was, they got hold of some smoke, they smoked some fish for them, and got their rice, lightly covered it so it's not too spicy, right? And that's where kedgeree was made from, and an egg just made it feel like an English dish. Quite cool, really. So there you go. So there's your rice working. Grab some water, not too much. Doesn't need to be stock ridden either, just as it comes. Do you know what? Today's been one of those days. Now, we don't need too much here. Okay? So, that goes in like that. You got all that flavour working like that, that's good. If you want, you can stick a little bit of turmeric in there if you want, but it's not essential. We're going to make this quite rustic. Alright? So you've got the butter in there, that's all done. It's all rocking and rolling. Now all we're going to do, this is really simple. Water goes in, and literally, you just want to cover the rice. That's about as much as you want to go. Alright? Just cover it. And then what you're going to do is you're going to get some foil and you're going to cover that and put it in an oven for about 10 minutes. Alright? For that small amount. Now if you was making it for a lot more people, it'd be about 15 minutes. But literally, bring it up to the boiling here. My fouettes, they're done. So my little pastry cases, they've cooked up lovely. Look at those. Boom! That's what we're talking about. So they're ready to rock. Done. Lovely. 200 degrees. Let's rock them like that. And look at the shine on them because of the foil, the yolk on there. That's what we're looking for. Lovely. Alright? Easy peasy. Look at that. Nice shine on them. Keep the oven on. Let's put this to one side so that they're happy. This one, brought up to the boil in the oven. Forget about it. Give it 10 minutes. Honestly, that's all you'll need. Right, now, let's do the next bit of fish. So, for the Sussex Smoky, this is easy, okay? So this one is you've got this little pot here with your fish in, okay? Right, simple as that. This one, I'm going to put a bit of spinach running through it. Alright? What I'll do is I will put a clean board on here. Don't worry about this one. Wash this knife. Okay, this one, this is easy peasy. So here we go. So we've got that in there. Really easy dish this is. I'm going to chop up some spinach because I've got it. Okay. that's going in there as well. So we've got a bit of spinach in there. Spinach, little handful. That's it, done. It'll cook up to nothing anyway. Pepper. Easy on the salt, because it's going to be quite smoky and salty, right? So that's that there. Okay? Easy on the salt. That's that. Right, next thing we're going to do is I've got some of this smoked garlic. Just a little bit, not too much. It's quite, you don't mind putting it in raw, it's not too much of a, it's only a small amount. But like for instance, this is just for one. But if you was making it for a load, just use a whole clove of garlic. A little sprinkle, not a lot. What you would probably do if you was making this for a larger number is you would dice up all your haddock into this little pot, and then you would mix it in a bowl and then decant it into all the different, you know, split it. Right, there you go, so that's that. Right, so what that, remember that egg yolk? Got the remainder of it here. About half an egg yolk should do the trick when it comes to a smoky. What we're going to do is we're going to pour probably about double the amount of cream to the amount of yolk you've got. That'll do it. Alright, so I've got 3/4 of a yolk in there and a globule of cream. Alright, there's no kind of maths to it, just you want to give it a nice golden colour. Okay, mix it up. This is called a liaison in French. Alright. That's what I used to call it when I was at, in my restaurant where I used to work at. I used to mix yogurt, double cream and egg yolk, then lightly season it, but we've seasoned that, so we're not going to go any more on that. And we need some applewood cheese. All right. Hello, Mum. So this one you don't have to grate either. We want to keep the consistency. So this one. So we've got our knife, take a little bit off like that, bit of the rind. There's no rind on there, just smoked pre-cooking. Okay, see what I've got here, just nice slices. Let's see if you can see that. Don't worry about that fish at the moment. And literally, you cut it, dice it, put that in as well. Now, I've had Sussex Smokies, I keep on saying that. Haddock smokies in restaurants when I was younger, and then you could put potato in it. I'm not doing that. I'm just going to put some diced smoked haddock. So just a nice handful. Put that in like that. Beautiful. Okay, not too much. Okay, so it's got a nice bit of cheese in now. Let's get rid of that. And now what we're going to do, don't know what I've got that bowl for, is pour the egg and cream mixture on top, right? And just make sure that yolk is all in there. Pour that in. Okay? And what that yolk will do is help it set a little bit. Right, enrich it. Right, so you got that in there like that. Then what we're going to do is we're going to take our take these off. Take our little foibles off. They're off. There you go. Look at them. They're great. All right. Put that on there like that. That's your dish there. You're not going to do anything else other than that. That's going to bubble up, and then we're going to sprinkle it with some crispy onions. That goes in the oven. Rice is cooking now 4 minutes or so. I'm going to bring it down. That one's going in. Alright, leave that to one side, that's beautiful. So that's going in, 200 degrees, still the same temperature. 200 degrees for about 5 minutes or so. So in a restaurant, what we would have is that mix ready to rock and roll, and then when one came on order, you'd go for it. And put it in, and then when it was away, when the chef calls it, you know, check away, that's when that dish will get put in the oven and then finished off. Easy. Really nice dish. Now, let's make the last dish. So I'm going to put a little bit of milk on here. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. So I'm talking about, let's give that water. So, not a lot. About 200 mils of milk. We're just going to make a really quick bechamel here. Okay? Easy peasy, quick bechamel. Let's find my little whisk. There you go. Okay? So we've got 200 in there. Like a knob of butter, a tablespoon of flour. We'll make ourselves a sauce, okay? So while that's cooking, and this is like a massive no-no in chef circles, cook out the flour, but if you cook it long enough it'll be fine. So there you go, flour, about the same amount of, equal amounts of butter and flour. You want the sauce to be quite thick, right? Then what you do is while it's cooking, just keep on stirring like that. Might want to add a little bit more milk if you feel it's getting too thick. But don't worry about it, it's the flour you've got to cook out, not anything else. Alright? Keep on giving it a stir, gentle stir, you don't want to scrape the bottom too much, and let it heat up. Let that butter melt in, that's it. Easy. Right, let's get rid of that. This fish is going to go in there and poach. Okay? What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it to the size that I want. So I'm going to cut it like that. So if you were doing this for a large amount of people, these offcuts would go into your haddock smoky. So right, I've got that nice bit of fish there. That's going to go into a sandwich into one of those as a dish. It will be great. So in there, flour, milk and butter. It's not about measuring it out, it's about having a feel of how much you're going to put in, because if you followed recipes all the time, you'd have like gallons and gallons of white sauce everywhere. What you do, get about 200 mils, tablespoon of each, and that should do it. If it starts becoming too thick, add a little bit more milk to it, or a dash of water, just to calm it down. The secret to a bechamel is to make sure that flour is cooked out. That's all you want. Bit of pepper. How is everybody? We all right? Are you enjoying the boar fest? Basically me just having fun in the kitchen. Right, it's thickening up quite well now, if you see. Alright? Let's see if I can bring you over here so you can see what's going on a little bit more. Right, that's a bit better. Oh, see myself now. Okay, let's have a look. Right, so look, so that's boiling up. See, that's going to be too thick. Now what you do, grab some little bit more milk. Bring the temperature down. Shush, shush. And then just give it a stir. And then bring the temperature down, let that cook out. Alright? That's it. And you don't mind it too thick, because it's got to go in here, it'll be fine. But look how easy that was. I'm going to get 3 dishes done in less than an hour. Alright? That's the plan. So, temperature goes right down, let it cook out. Right, this fish isn't doing anything yet, we don't need to worry about that so much. So we've got some ingredients left over. I've got some leeks from somewhere, but I won't use them today. This is just going to be a spinach, like a Florentine. So haddock Florentine, so that's what we're going to make. So anybody think I'll make it up as I go along. So that's bubbly, that's happy. Let's get rid of that. So this fish, you could put it in there like that and poach it. It wouldn't take long, take about 2 or 3 minutes, wouldn't take long at all. So there you go, that's that cooking. So if you can see down here, got my fish. Let's have a look. Oh. There you go. There you go. Oh. That's it. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. That's more like it. And then I'm going to turn it like that. Perfect. There you go. Got the angle on the end. Right. So there you go. There's my board. I'm going to chop some parsley, and we're going to start doing some stuff. That's better. Right. See what I'm doing now. So the white sauce is happy. Leave that. Let's have a little taste of that. That's fine. Bit of salt and pepper, keep that simple. Okay, now that is going in that white sauce. Just going to sit in it and let it permeate. You don't want it to be too. Just let it cook out a little bit. It's going to go through that white sauce. Going to make it like a mornay, you know, nice touch. Then by the I was about to quote from the He-Man TV show, but no one would get it. Right, balls clean. Right, let's chop some parsley. So I've got some flat leaf parsley. Don't need to pick it. We're not in a Michelin star restaurant where you're going to have all of the flavour in there. Don't worry about it. And let's dice this up. Let's wash it with a knife and let's dice it up. Right, so now I'm going to chop this up and that's going into one of the dishes. So a Mornay sauce would have cheese in it. Florentine would be a bechamel with spinach in it. So at this point you can do whatever you like with it. Stick some cheese in it, away you go. I'm going to stick spinach in it, so because we've already got some with cheese in. Chop this up, nice and fast. Always keep your fingers on this one on your left hand. Holds the end of the knife so it doesn't go anywhere and pivot, to quote friends. And then the other part of the knife you chop away like that. Don't go like that, you throw parsley everywhere. And don't go like that, you'll be there ages. So fingers on the top and away you go, chop away. That does, nothing more than that. Right, that's good. Right, let's check our Florentine, our Sussex, our haddock smoky. Look at that. That's beautiful. Look, that's rocking on. See the nice finish. Look at that. It's getting there. Nice and bubbly. That fish will be cooked in there. What an easy dish that is. There you go. Look at that. Beautiful. And let's have a look at the rice in here. That should be done on that. Could go with 10 minutes. It's only a small bit of rice. And that's ready to rock as well. So we've got our rice in there. That's going back in there. What we're going to do here is I'm going to get the fish is going to be flaked in there in a minute. But bear with me on that one. That's going in now. Turning that down. That's all ready to rock. Okay. Haven't finished yet. So the sauce is happy. Try that. It's okay. Shouldn't take long to cook. Let's falling apart already. That's good. Okay. So that'll take a couple of minutes in there. Alright? So that's good. So what I've got is, if I just show you, I've got the sauce in there. The sauce in there, and the fish covered with a bechamel, just to get all the flavour going. Alright? Just so you can have a look. If you can see anything, there you go. So that's what I'm doing. Alright? Okay, so that goes back on there. So we've got our chopped parsley. Spinach, I'm going to chop a bit of that through it. Be nice. I'm going to use this bit more spinach again, might as well. I'm going to put some in the kitchen, I think, as well. Might as well use it all up. It's good for you, isn't it? Right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep the camera there so you can see it all plate up. This is nice. And I'm going to get rid of this board. Okay? To show the 3 dishes I've made. So that goes over that way. Let's get rid of that. And then I'll get my nice board out. Let's get these dishes plated up. Okay. So, next thing we're going to do is, so you can see it. Rice comes out, that looks good. Fish goes in. Alright? Going to heat that up now. At this point, you break up the fish. Probably could have done with a bit more fish, but the rice is happy. Look, that's all good. Look at that. Bring it over like that. Not too dry. You don't want it dry. You want it to, and get that fish in there. Right. Smells great. That goes in there like that. Okay, so that's in. At this point, you can do whatever you like with it. Right, this fish, I'm going to leave that to one side. The fish with the white sauce, done. Right, last thing I'm going to do to finish this all off is I'm going to poach an egg. So I'm going to put our plates on here so you can see everything, alright? If I straighten it up like that, you'll be able to see exactly what I'm going to do, alright? Do you know what, I think I might turn the light off. That's a bit better. A bit more. That's better. I know you can see the leg, but I don't care. As long as you can see the dishes, it's the main thing. Actually, let's do that. And that, that's better. Right, beautiful. So I've got these 2 dishes. Alright, so you can see that. That's better. Alright. There you go. So that's our 2 dishes. The Sussex smokies go in here. Alright. So first things first, we've got to get this fouetté cut in half. So what we're going to do, my little funky plate. Is being wiped. Make sure it's nice and clean. We're going to cut the fouetté. Cut it in half. Put that one down like that. So, to stop it moving, if you've got guests, grab a little bit of the white sauce, stick it down like that. Alright? And that goes there like that. Alright? Then what we're going to do is, the fish is cooked. Okay, and we're going to put a bit of spinach on there like that. Keep it nice and simple. So this is being washed, that's going to be a bit limp. Right, and then I'm going to do something. Put the fish on top like that. That's cool. So the fish is falling apart, which is nice. So you've got a nice loads of dishes here. That goes on top like that. Easy. Use all the fish. That goes on there like that. Okay? Now this has got all the flavour in it. Hold on. Yeah? Nice. And then what we're going to do, so we've got that white sauce. I'll show you what I'm doing. I'm going to do something a bit cray-cray. Hold on, bear with me while you're watching that. So that's one dish. I've got my water boiling. Ah! This is nuts. Right, so I've got my white sauce here. See that? White sauce. So let's put the remainder of the spinach in there. Like that. Bit of the parsley. Like that. Okay? And then what we're going to do, get a little blender. Blend it up. I'm having problems at the moment because my hold on, I've lost my extension lead. It's going everywhere. This is like organised hell. This is. That's right. That's better. Right, there you go. Oh. I'm going to add a little bit more cow juice to this. There you go. Right, so we've got a nice creamy sauce now. That goes over the top. Let's get rid of that bit there. That goes there. So that's got your spinach and your parsley in, and that gets put like that. So that's that dish done. Really easy starter. Nice. Make it look as pretty as you like. Do whatever you like with that. But that's super. That's it. Alright, so that's one dish. Easy. Look how clean and tidy that is. Okay? There you go. Lovely. Easy. Touch. Right, now, let's get the kedgeree done. Oh, the easy win. Let's get the Sussex Smoky out first, as we burn ourselves. Right. So that goes there like that. So I brought the Sussex Smoky out. That gets put there like that. Look at that. Nice and bubbly. Beautiful. Okay? Now, that's sitting there nice and pretty. So there's my 3 dishes. So here we go. Oh. So there's those dishes. They look alright. Quite happy with that. Right, now we've got the kedgeree. Let's finish this off. Alright? Get rid of that. So in here, I've got my fish. And what we're going to do, I've got some boiling water here. I'm going to poach a quick egg. So I'm going to show you what I'm going to do here. So I'm going to poach an egg, just to finish up. So I've got my egg ready. A bit of salt in the water. Bit of salt in the water. Enjoy the chaos, folks. That's what it's all about. Okay? I've got my infused rice. So the first things first, let's poach this egg. That goes in. Let's get it going. That's alright, don't worry about the loads of stuff going everywhere. Right, now what we're going to do, we've got a nice bit of fish. Break it up. Nice pieces like that. That's all you want to do. Okay? Don't worry about that. I'm going to put some spinach in, give it a bit of colour. The heat will cook that down. Might as well use a bit of parsley as well. Cool. Okay? Probably could have done with a bit more fish, but hey. Okay, now what we're going to do. Get a nice ring. Oh. While the water boils over. And what we're going to do is we're going to put that in there like that. Get as much fish as you can in. Oh, you can't see what I'm doing. So that's poaching. And what I'm doing now is I'm putting the fish in here. Okay? Fish goes in like that. Beautiful. Okay? Press it down a little bit. Now what you could do here, you could add a curry sauce, but it doesn't need it, because I'm going to show you what it's going to do in a minute. So normally you'd add boiled eggs in there. Don't agree with that. Doesn't need it. Push it down so you've got a nice circle of rice. This is a breakfast, this, remember? Okay? Then what we're going to do, a little bit longer. That egg's useless, Dave. Really bad poached egg there. Let's have a look. That'll be alright. Bring it up a little bit, I'm just waiting for this poached egg to finish off. So there you go, there's your Sussex Smoky. That's your little forte. This is my little kedgeree. So you could put other things in there like mango chutney, diced mango, anything you like really. So that goes there like that. Come on. Oh dear. It's a bit of a post-egg disaster, but hey, don't worry. It's alright, it all looks good. I'm doing one more because I want to finish this off properly. So there you go, so the forte, puff pastry, cut it from a sheet that you've got, bake it in the oven with some egg yolk on it, 200 degrees for about 5 or 6 minutes. The fish, I basically poached that in a bechamel sauce, and then a bechamel sauce, and then I blitzed. Once it was cooked after about 5 minutes, I placed some spinach and parsley in it and blended it, seasoned it, jobs are good un. Spinach underneath. This one, raw diced smoked haddock with a bit of spinach, a bit of spinach running through that, and some applewood cheese, smoked garlic, nice touch. And then that was a little globule of cream with the remainder of the egg yolk that was left over from there and baked in the oven. So that's nice and set. And then this was the kedgeree. So I'm just waiting for an egg to poach, and then I'm going to put that on top. And then that's your breakfast for this morning. That's what I'm having in 2 minutes' time, regardless of its state. Anyway, that's all right. The second one's a lot better. Right, so that egg is going on top there. So I've got the poached egg on top. Alright, so that's my poached egg. Then that's going to lift up like that. It might collapse a little bit. It's a bit short. That'll do. Okay, that's fine. So there you go. there's my kedgeree. So that's nice. And then what we're going to do is, that was the baked. So what I did with the rice, I first of all pan fried the haddock in a little knob of butter. Then what I did was I then took the haddock out, introduced the rice, the seasonings that I used, and like the curry powder, garlic powder, and all of that jazz. Then I put some water that just covered the rice, put it in the oven for 10 minutes. While that was cooking, I prepared the spinach and the parsley for it, and then what happened when it came out, I introduced the haddock back into it that I'd cooked, flaked it all up, served it in a ring, and then served the poached egg on top. And then we do that. That's what we're talking about. And then what happens is that yolk runs right through the kedgeree and infuses with the rice, and that is beautiful. So there you go, guys. Wowzers. That was a bit crazy, but hey, that's bonkers cookery school for you, isn't it? If anybody can follow that, you're a better person than I am. I'm joking. Right, so there you go, my 3 dishes. Haddock smoky, smoked haddock Florentine with a feuilleté, and breakfast smoked haddock kedgeree. In an hour. Boom. That's what we're talking about. So I hope you've hung on for dear life, enjoyed it slightly, thought it was a little bit crazy, but you know what? That's what it's all about, isn't it? Got a bit of a laugh. Someone's galloping downstairs, they're obviously looking for something to eat. So there you go, they're my 3 dishes. Thanks for watching. I'm going to do a video now for the ingredients for next week. Possibly doing bacon naan butties for breakfast Saturday morning, which is going to be cool. And maybe on Thursday we might be making Pop-Tarts. So watch this space, folks. Thanks very much for watching. Have a great afternoon. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy the sunshine. Apparently it's going to be 15 degrees this afternoon, so go out and have a little bit of exercise, do a walk. But be careful out there. I came back from Tesco's last night in Reading and I was stopped by the police to ask me what I was up to. And I told them I was working for Tesco's. The high vis was a dead giveaway. Anyway, look after yourself, folks. Have a good weekend. Take care. Bye.